Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Millie and I love indie makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. And I'm just so excited to show you the new collection from Odens, and it is the Solmane 2 collection, which means sun and moon, and you're going to see a lot of that reflected in the packaging. So let's get right into all the different products. I'm going to be talking through them. I'm going to be showing you close-ups as I talk through them. And at the time that I'm filming this, I do not have any prices yet. So I'll put those down in the description box once I do have them. So the first product is the Solmane 2 eyeshadow palette, and here's what the packaging looks like. And it has a really beautiful, very like space like kind of color story. We have a nice combination of mattes and shimmers. There's 8 mattes and 7 shimmers, and it does seem like some of the shimmers are a little bit different formulas. Specifically, Starry Sky is very sheer, very topper like, lots of sparkle to it, and the rest of the metallics seem like just a regular, like super nice metallic smooth formula. And of course, you know, I'm excited because there are 3 deepening up shades, and what I really appreciate about the color story is you can really do monochromatic looks by row. So you could do a blue look, purple look, and a yellow orange look, and of course combine all these colors as you like. And the next product is actually a brand new product to Odens, and it is gel eyeliner pencils. And I was extra excited when I opened the package because I can never have enough colorful gel eyeliners for my waterline. They're really a staple. I have so many colors already, but there are some really unique tones in here. So let's take a look at the inside. There are 15 shades and they are named 1 through 15, and they are a twist up type of eyeliner, which I do appreciate because I don't have time to sharpen anything. I don't feel like it, and usually those kinds of things are more likely to be a little pokey. I'm not sure if these will only be available in the set or if you will be able to buy them individually. I would assume that probably eventually you would be able to buy them individually to just pick out which colors you would like to use. The next product type is blushes, and they have had blushes previously, but it seems like they're kind of upgrading the packaging and also formulation. And the packaging on these is so beautiful. I cannot stress this enough. Literally gasping when I open these up because it is just so unique. I absolutely love the clear acrylic, well, kind of see-through acrylic, and the sun underneath. And it looks like there's a couple of different kinds of blushes in here. Some of them have a little bit of a sheen, some of them are matte, and then some of the shades do have a little bit more of a sparkle. So they're like kind of, they do have that sheen, but they do have a sparkle, and I'm still unclear if this is like an overspray or not. But it seems like it is partially like a glowy blush, and the sparkles are just kind of on top. And there are 6 shades total, and I will be cheek swatching each of these so you can see what they look like on the skin, and I will be showing you light application and then building them up so you really get a good idea on the finish, the way it looks like on the skin, etc. And then the last product, which probably is the product I was the most excited when I saw it. Similar packaging to the blushes, but these are highlighters. Oh my goodness, wait till you see the imprint in these. Again, the packaging is just 10 out of 10 on these. They are purple instead of the orange for the blushes, and they do have that see-through acrylic and then a little moon instead of the sun. And the inside imprints are so beautiful, and they really also help to show the finishes. And some of these are duochromes, and you know I love that, especially in a highlighter. It does seem by just looking in the pen as well as putting them on my cheeks that there are 2 different formulas within all the 6 shades of the highlighters. One of them is like a super smooth, super sheen like formula, 0 glitter, 0 anything, like super smooth, just melts into the skin. And the other one is a little bit more shiny, a little bit more glitzy. It just has a little bit more oomph. It doesn't accentuate skin texture, however, but it does have that extra little sparkle for anybody who loves to be seen from space like me. So I really love all of them, and you can of course layer them, and I'm going to show you some swatches. I'm also going to be using each of these on my cheeks so you can see what they look like. So I will leave timestamps below. And there's also one last product, which is a mirror. I have the orange one. I'm not sure. I think there might be like a purple one as well to match the highlighters, but there is kind of like a regular view, and then there is a 3 times view on the other side, which I love that. I can never have enough of these small handheld mirrors, so it's always handy to have. So let's get right into the cheek swatches and the 3 looks that I created with this palette, and I'll give you some thoughts at the end of the video. I'm gonna go in with Pink Star on this cheek. I felt like this one and this other shade are kind of similar, so I thought I would kind of put them on to see the difference. Ooh, definitely a little bit more on the subtle side. I would say this is not like the shiniest, but it's not accentuating any skin texture. I can definitely see a little bit of a base. Like right here, do you see that little bit of like a cast almost? But it looks really beautiful. Going in with Rose Sky on this side, and this one definitely looks like it's going to be pretty shiny. And I can see a little bit of a, is that like a yellow? What kind of cast is that? Yeah, it's a little bit of like a yellow here. Here it is in a lower lighting. Going in with Azura Shine. Picked up a little bit. Oh. Very, very light. This is definitely, like, there's a little bit of sparkliness, but really not. It just blends into your skin, so that's what that one looks like. Look at how it disappears. Isn't that interesting? I'm gonna add on just a little bit more to really show you just how shiny it is and the full color. Going in with Lavender Dream, and this one looks like it's got, do you see the difference between this one in the pan and this one? Like, this one seems like it's just gonna be more shiny, so we'll see. It is somewhat a similar color, but it is a different tone. Definitely picked up more piecey. Oh yeah, that's definitely got way more sparkle in it. Ooh, that is so pretty. Is it doing that? Yep, it's doing that same thing as the other one. I really feel like these are kind of meant to be, oh my god. It looks so wet. I love this. I don't know, I feel like there's an occasion for this as well. Color-wise, I think they're very, very similar. I think the tone is a little bit different. This one has more of a purpley tone. I feel like this one is more of like an icy kind of tone, but wow. That is so, so wet and beautiful. And it did smooth out, so there's no like glitter particles. That I see. Maybe if you like really, really looked up close. But that's what that one looks like. Last cheek swatch is Moonwalk. This one is like a beautiful greenish blue. This one does seem like the smoother type. That's what it looks like on the brush. Super smooth. Oh yeah, definitely zero sparkle. This is very just smooth and soft, but you can build it up. See, like that's super green. I love that color. So I'm going to apply Sienna Luster first. And this one has a little bit of shimmer over it. And I'm not sure if that's just like an overspray, so I guess we'll find out. Definitely picked up some of the shimmer here. Ooh, that's really interesting. It's just so sheeny. It's a little bit more like a highlighter. I'm actually dipping into the orange side a bit more to pick up more of that shade. Okay, this I can get with. Like, that is so beautiful. Okay, let's do the other side. I'm going to go in with more of the dipping in heavier in the orange side. And then I'll go over it with a lighter side. That is such a beautiful. It looks honestly even better in person, and it just like melts in. It does not accentuate any of my skin texture. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to try the rest of the shades. Oh, this is so beautiful. Going in with Peach Gleam on this side, and this one is one that has a couple of sparkles over here on this edge. So I'm going to be dipping in very slowly. So I just dipped in a little bit and then actually picked up quite a bit. It definitely seems like this might be an overspray. Ooh, yeah, this one I have to go in with a lighter hand. I can see the gold sparkles throughout it, but again, not sure if that's an overspray. It kind of seems like it because where I dipped in here, it looks like there's no sparkles there now. I'm going to put on a little bit more just so you can really see it. So here's Peach Glam. Going in with Rosette Love on this cheek. I'm going to be kind of just swiping across the whole thing. Okay, so the blush has a sheen itself. So here's what that one looks like on the cheeks. Going in with Sunset Clouds on this eye, which is like a kind of dustier pink shade. Definitely more cool toned. Just gonna pick up a little bit since I don't know Oh, I can already tell. I'm gonna love this shade. Yep, I don't like really, really bright pinks that are super cool tone, but this is a bit more on the mauve-y side. That looks so beautiful. Okay, I love that. So, so, so pretty. I'm gonna layer on just a little bit more so you can really see the color. So here's what that looks like. Going in with Orange Sunny on this cheek, and this is a beautiful, look at this orange. Just so, so, so excited. Just really excited for this shade. This is my kind of shade. Oh yeah, love it, love it. It's like a yellowy orange. Like it really kind of blends out to be a little bit yellow toned. Oh my goodness, so, so pretty. Oh, I love that. I feel like that's enough. I think that's translated. Maybe I'll just go in with a little bit more. Oh, I love that. So here's what that one looks like. I'm gonna go in with Warm Sun. I always like to dip in pretty lightly at first when I'm trying out a new blush because you just never know. Oh, that is nice. That definitely is like very buildable, so I think I could get it even brighter than this. Oh, that is totally like my kind of shade. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I'm gonna put a highlighter over it. So that's what it looks like on its own. And then for the highlighter, going in with Warm Sunshine. And here's what that looks like in the pan. Oh, you can't really see much. It just looks white. It has kind of like an orangey reddish tinge to it. Beautiful on the skin. That is just melting in, and it's very like just like a glow without being glittery. I just lowered the lighting a little bit so you could see it. It's a little bit like orangey reddish. Priming with the Gimme Glow eyeshadow primer. Going in with Galaxy on the outer corner. I'm going to be putting it up at an angle and also creating a wing shape with it. I'm going to use Dream on the edges. Going back in with a little bit more Galaxy. Taking Soft Cloud, I'm going to put that right into the inner crease. Just right here, kind of like a third way. And then Dream right next to that. I feel like these look pretty similar now that they're both on the lid. Switch my brush and I'm going back in with Soft Cloud. So I'm going to do a half cup crease with the P. Louise paint. This only needs to go even higher. And slowly feathering it out here. Just going to tap on the edge. Taking Solar, and that's going to go right in the center. And a little bit outwards. Over here, I'm leaving some room to blend back in Galaxy. And then Warm Light next to that. Right up against that edge. Whoa, this is so bright and so pigmented. And just blending these two together. Taking Galaxy on a fluffy brush and just going over the edge out here to make these blend together. Going back in with just a little bit of Solar. Just very lightly bridging the gap between these two shades. Just going back and forth on here, over here as well. And I'm going to add just a little bit of sparkle. Going in with Starry Sky, I'm just going to tap it over my lid, but without really like getting the full pigmentation. I just want a little sparkle there. Finishing off the look with Galaxy underneath my lower lash line. And I think I'm going to put Warm Light right under there, and then a Solar right next to that. In the waterline, I'm going to use the Solmane Gel Liner in 002, which is this beautiful orange. I do find that the ends of these don't really reflect the inside color very much. Here's the first finished look. Already primed with the Gimme Glow eyeshadow primer, and I'm going in with Neptune. It's going to go right into the crease, and then taking Soft Cloud to blend out the edges. And then Nebula on the inner lid and outer corner. We're creating a halo eye, blending that out now. I'm going to take a little bit of Soft Cloud and help blend that out, especially in the inner corner and outer corner. A little bit goes a long way because now I have so much shadow left and it just wants to keep blending out. Just taking some translucent powder on a clean brush and running it over the edges. I'm going to go back in here and just blend it a little better. And then out here in the outer corner, taking Soft Cloud, taking some NYX glitter primer and just putting a little bit right in the center, and I'm putting down Meteor. Oh, that's so pretty. Right in the center and just blending the edges out so there's no harsh lines. It is so pretty. That is a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. Finishing off this look with Nebula right underneath my lower lash line, as well as on the inner lower lash line right there. Picked up some Meteor and I spray my brush. And I'm just putting that right underneath in the center. And I'm going to use a little bit of Starry Sky as the inner corner highlight. Super soft, subtle. In the waterline, going in with the Solmane gel liner in the shade 07. This is actually kind of accurate, which I feel like the other ones are very inaccurate. And that's just going right in my waterline. Here's the second finished look. Priming with the Gimme Glow eyeshadow primer, going in with Warm Light right into my inner crease. I'm going to take it about halfway, just kind of blending it outwards. Just a little bit more. This shade is so pigmented. So pigmented. And I'm going to deepen it up with Solar, just a little bit. Well, not deepen it up. I'm going to add another color in there just to mix it, but it did kind of darken up a little bit. Oh, these two look so great together. I'm going back in with a yellow and blended it outwards here. Taking Nebula, and I'm going to create basically a smoky eyeshadow wing with this. Just going to take that all across my lid, but close to my lash line. I'm just going to start to feather out the edges a little bit of that. I'm going to go in with another shade, but this is going to be kind of like a super intense wing, and I'm going to connect my lower lash line with that shade as well. And I clean up my brush and I'm going in with Soft Cloud. I'm just going to take that into the edges of the wing to just soften them up a little further, and just really blending it all together. And then I am going to deepen it up with a little bit of Black Hole just right up against my lash line. Oh, that is quite a bit of fallout, unfortunately, but I really just want to keep it right against my lash line. Then going back in with Nebula, just really mixing it in together, and that really deepened it up. And I'm going back in with just a little bit more of the light shade over here, Soft Cloud, and just again blending. Unfortunately, that did not come off last time, so don't be like me and don't have your base done. Picked up Sunlight and I misted my brush, and it's going to go right up against the orange. I'm just going to kind of wing it out. I want a little bit of a like hard edge there, but not too extreme. And then I misted my brush and I picked up Deep Space, and that's just going to go underneath. And I'm going to be a little bit careful. I think I should have used a smaller brush, but I'm just going to kind of wing it out here. Just layering it a little bit over the wing. Taking a smaller brush and just bringing back some of this other shade. And I'm going to go in with Starry Night as my inner corner highlight. I'm just using my pinky. Oh yeah, super sparkly. I feel like I want to do something underneath the rest of my lower lash line. It just feels a little unfinished there. I think I'm going to go in with Dream. Just kind of blend it right underneath there. I'm a little tempted to put Hallucinations under there as well, so I'm picking that up on the same brush and I'm just misting my brush to hopefully avoid a bit of fallout. Oh, that's so beautiful. I wish I had used this shade on my lid. And I have quite a bit of fallout. Put on the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Saint Lashes, and in the waterline I have one of the liners from Odens in the shade 9. Overall, I absolutely love the packaging on everything. It is just so, so nice, and I love the theme. And it just feels special to use, especially the highlighters and the blushes. Something about the packaging is nice and heavy, and it just really makes you feel like a little bougie that you're using these. But first, I want to talk about the eyeshadow palette. Of course, you know I love me some eyeshadows, and I really love the Odens formula, and this is right on par with Odens. There are no real like special shades like you've seen in the legendary Diversa palette, but that is of course not everyone's preference. It is mine, however, so I do wish that some of these were just a little bit more shiny and sparkly. I think Starry Sky is probably my most favorite. Obviously, it is pretty sheer and topper-like though, but the other metallic shades in here are just super easy to use. They don't accentuate skin texture. They don't feel like they might hard pan. I do feel like Starry Sky, if you really like dig your finger in there a lot, I feel like you might get a little bit of hard pan with that shade, but the rest of the metallics are just super, super nice. Definitely no signs of hard pan at all, and I have touched these and I have used them with brushes. I've sprayed my brushes, etc., and nothing has happened. The mattes are very pigmented and blendable, just like always from Odens I love the 3 deepening up shades. They pack a punch. They're like super, super pigmented, and I really enjoy this palette overall. I really had fun coming up with the different looks and just combining the different rows, because of course I could do monochromatic looks with each, and maybe I will, but I'm more definitely like I like to challenge myself in pairing different colors together, such as this look for sure. I don't think this color story is like super, super unique. We've definitely seen similar colors put together, but I feel like it's colorful and you have the monochromatic aspect of it, and it's in the Odens formula. So overall, I would give this a 10 out of 10. So next on to the eyeliner pencils. I have worn a few of them now, and I can't really fully speak on the wear time. I haven't fully wear tested them, but honestly, like with anything in the waterline, it's really hard to keep in there. I don't really expect it. It's just something for me, especially like it just usually things don't last in there, and I don't really mind. But the looks that I have done where I used these and I had them on for a few hours, I didn't notice any fading, and I'm really, really excited that Odens added this kind of product to their product line, because I just feel like these are super fun, and especially to pair with their eyeshadow palettes. So I definitely recommend grabbing 1 or 2 shades, you know, whatever kind of colors that you see yourself using in the waterline. I'm glad that I have all of them. I would have bought all of these. Onto the blushes. Overall, really love the formula. Definitely can go in with a lighter hand and build it up, or some of the shades can really pack a punch. I do really love that there's different formulas in here. I actually really love the ones that have a little bit of a sheen to them. I've been very much into more of like matte blushes, and I feel like this kind of makes me want to explore a bit more into these kinds of sheeny blushes. I don't even think that's a word, and that sounds really funny, but you know what I mean. Especially this shade right here in Rosé Love. Like I really, really love the way this looked on the cheek. It did not accentuate any skin texture. It went on really easily. It just smoothed itself out, and I like that it had just a little bit of that sheen to it with a little bit of that blush color. I do want to say that I feel like the colors overall, there's a lot of similar colors, and maybe Odens is just laying down a baseline and they're gonna keep adding to this, but I do feel like there's a lot of just kind of like orangey vibes and then like slightly cool tone pinky vibes, though I do see that there is definitely like a matte version and then like a slightly sheeny version. So I think maybe they're trying to do that so you can kind of get the color in different formulas. Also, I feel like there's not much depth. I have them laid out in front of me right now, and the deepest shades are Orange Sunny and Peach Gleam, and I just feel like maybe the reason that some of these are more orangey is because of the sun. So I wonder if they're going to be adding, you know, like a more reddish tones and mauve tones, etc. in the future. But especially because there's 6 shades total, I think that could have been a better range. So last but certainly not least are the highlighters. These are definitely my favorite out of this entire collection. I would have bought all of them because I am definitely into these kinds of like colorful highlighters, different textures for different, you know, moods. Sometimes I just want a really glowy cheek, and sometimes just a little bit more subdued but still colorful. And I did show you the pans of the 2 different formulas that I think are in here, but even just like here you can kind of see like this one is so blingy and this one is just like a little bit more subdued, and these are both kind of like purpley bluish shifts, but they do have that different texture. So I think that's definitely something to pay attention to if you want to buy some of the highlighters. I don't feel like you need all of them. Same with the blushes, I forgot to mention that. I don't feel like you need all of them. I think it would be best to just choose a couple of shades here and there that you see yourself wearing the most. If you love purple, then get that purpley highlighter. If you like green, then get the green highlighter. I really love the green. Actually, that's the last shade that I'm wearing on my cheek, and look at that. It just looks so beautiful. I definitely can say that these are one of my favorite highlighter formulas because these have just really swept me off my feet. I definitely recommend picking up one shade at least just to try out, or you might already have some similar shades because there have been quite a few brands that have come out with these kinds of iridescent colorful highlighters already. But again, like I feel like the formulas are pretty different from brand to brand, even though you have similar colors maybe, but that is something to consider. So those are all my long-winded thoughts on the Solmane 2 collection. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in it. Again, I don't know the prices as of right now, and I'm not sure of the launch date. I kind of have an idea, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to just leave all the information in a pinned comment or in the description box. So definitely check that out, and also make sure you're following them on Instagram for all the updates. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much indie makeup content uploading my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.